Hey, I'm Mindy Kinnis. This is The Daily Rage. I was asked on a recent interview, if you had to start over in trading, what would you do? So today I wanted to share my simple 3 steps with you. Step 1, I would go directly to learning futures. I would have skipped stocks, I would have skipped options, and I would have gone direct to the source. There are so many benefits to trading futures. And back in the day, I thought that it was like some big scary thing. I had read all the horror stories in Market Wizards, and I was like, oh my gosh, futures, how could I possibly do that? I didn't know what I was talking about, and I would go directly to learning that. Now, please note, I said learning futures, not directly to trading futures, but I would have started there. Step 2, and this one might be a little bit controversial. I would go immediately into trader funding. Now, the reason that this could be a little controversial is that some people say, you shouldn't even enter into trader funding until you are consistently profitable. And I'm like, actually, I would have loved to have that safety net, that safe place to test out my ideas, try things out, get my reps in from the beginning. I didn't even know about trader funding when I first started trading. I didn't even know it was a thing. It was a year or so into my trading career that I learned about it, and then I was like, oh, this is the way to go. And I'll tell you exactly how I would do that. So right now, as of today, Apex Trader Funding announced their 80% off sale. So you can go and get an account there, but I'll tell you exactly which one I would have gotten if I was starting over now. They have one that is called a 100K, so $100,000 account that is static. It's called a 100K static account. The beauty of that is that you do not have a trailing threshold. Now, if you don't know what that is, let's just say it's very unpleasant to deal with it as a trader. With that particular account, you don't have that. It's not an issue. So you can trade more like you would trade in your own account, in a normal, regular account. But with the safety that nothing bad is going to happen if you lose. You will pay a monthly subscription, but like I said, it's 80% off. That 100K account is one of their smaller accounts, so it is fairly inexpensive compared to the other ones. And all you're paying is that monthly fee. I know that if I would have started with trader funding and had that monthly subscription and maybe even hit the reset button a few times, or maybe even a lot of times, I still would have saved myself tens of thousands of dollars, truly, that I lost in those first couple of years of trading. It's when you don't know what you're doing, you're maybe risking too much, you're not familiar with the markets. It is the absolute perfect time and place to be able to get good at this. Now, at first, I wouldn't even worry about the whole get funded thing. I would just sign up for an account so that I had that safety net. What that's going to give you is your platform with the real-time data. You can trade, and honestly, I would just start in the sim. I wouldn't even start trading the actual evaluation account to get funded. I would trade in the sim. I would get rep after rep after rep after rep to learn the platform, to get decent at what I was doing, and then switch into your actual evaluation account and see if you can hit those targets. Again, without that trailing threshold like the other Apex accounts have, it's way, way simpler. So I would have gone into that immediately. Like I said, I would have saved myself tens of thousands of dollars. And the third thing that I would have done differently is to pick one market and have it be small. Some of you know my story. When I started trading futures, I was trading coffee, which is crazy and huge. Like, it's a big contract. And I was trading lean hogs. Those meat markets are not inexpensive. One point is anywhere from $300 to $500. Those are big contracts. I didn't know what I was doing. So what I would recommend you do if you are starting, or what I would recommend I do if I was restarting, is I would pick a micro. And I'd pick either the micro Dow or the micro Russell. I would not pick micro gold. I would not pick the micro NASDAQ. I would not pick the micro S&P. Why? Those are all a little crazier. They're a little more violent. The Dow and the Russell on their micros will give you way more space for a trade to play out using the same amount of risk. So let's say you were risking like $50. You would have tons more space for that potentially to go in the direction that you thought it was going to go on the Dow or the Russell versus the NASDAQ, where you have like this much space, but it's still $50 of risk. So pick either the micro Dow or the micro Russell. Get into one of those 100K static accounts at Apex and focus, 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 focus. As always, if you have any questions, drop them down into the comments section below. And thank you truly for being a subscriber. That means the world to me. I am so delighted to be able to talk about this passion of mine, this passion of yours. And if there's any way that I can assist you on your trading journey, please do not hesitate to reach out. I'm Mindy Kinnis. Thanks so much for watching.